The Big Brothers Big Sisters experience for me has been really a lot of fun. When the program first came to the department, the chief talked to us about it, and I thought, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I don't know though, what's the commitment like and what do I really have to offer? How's that going to be? But I thought, well, all right, let's give this a shot and see how it goes. Now I can't imagine not doing it. I've been with my little for going on 3 years now. We're starting up again this fall. And I really love the program. It's such a great opportunity to go into the school and see not only my little, who I have a great connection with, but the other kids too. And seeing the impact that we've been able to have in the school is pretty awesome. That has had a profound change on how I feel about myself really, but my position in the community and my position here in the department. Being able to make an impact on that kind of level is pretty amazing. Department changes over the past few years. I think the department has changed radically over the past few years. The culture here is very different than it was. We've gone from being a department that was always affected by everything, budgets, crime levels, those kinds of things, to knowing that we can be the effect. We think about things and decide how we're going to react to it, make a plan, work the plan. So that's a very different approach for us. We've gotten really good at that thinking is getting very ingrained in us, and the approach is really working. Another change that's been huge for the department here is incorporating non-sworn people, the civilians, in the community outreach and the other things that we're doing. So everybody in the support services unit, the front office people, typically the paperwork people, we're all involved in community outreach on varying levels, some of us a great deal. Things from community picnics and helping to teach first aid, but also very involved, all of us, with youth outreach, anti-bullying, reading, and Big Brothers and Big Sisters. Really has helped to engage people but in their jobs, but more than that really, I think we've brought something to the community that's been a benefit to them too. So I think it's good for us, but I think it's good really for the department too, and for the community.
Over the past 6 years, the Columbia Heights Police Department has really dove into its community policing efforts. I think we've finally figured out that the best way to not only fight crime, but to provide safety and security to our community is to interact with them on a regular basis. And I think how it's changed the community is that we've grown together in the last 6 years. We've really become one unit rather than two separate entities. The police department is now an extension of the community rather than an organization serving the community. And I think that's really exemplified by the Big Brothers Big Sisters program, which I've been a part of for the last 4 years. I joined it here as a police officer within the Columbia Heights School District, and that's grown personally with me to now where me and my little, who've been together for 4 years, have developed a relationship outside of just that school setting, and we've become friends and almost family. We go on outings all the time, and it's really made me appreciate not only what I have as an individual and what I've come from, but that we're all alike, regardless of our background, regardless of our experience, regardless of our socioeconomic status. We're all the same. We all have the same wants and needs. And becoming a big brother has really shown me that I can provide someone with, I don't know, a moment of fun and a moment of happiness outside of their lives that maybe they weren't provided before. And I've been offered that opportunity as a police officer, and now I've grown that opportunity into my personal life as well.
One of the changes over the past couple of years that the department has made is increase in transparency to the public. Through transparency, we've had social media between Facebook and Twitter, and public meetings, and just advertisements of what we do, and more contact with the community. And from that, I think the public better understands what we're doing for them and what we're doing with them. Big Brothers Big Sisters, I've been involved in that for the past all this year, so 2015. One of the things I noticed about that program was having interaction with kids at the school, and they're positive, So my little brother that I had through Big Brothers Big Sisters program, a family member was a victim of a crime in the community, and meeting with that person, my little, and getting the experience that they had from the crime, and then also being on the law enforcement side and knowing the investigation that was going on in the background and being able to help that family through that was a pretty big experience for me, and I think that opened your eyes to what actually the victim goes through when police respond to a crime. So you get the law enforcement impact and you also get the victim impact, and I think that made a big difference for me personally. I think over the past few years, actually being involved and interacting with the community more, it builds trust, and for me, you get a better understanding of what the community is looking for when it comes to problem solving and lowering crime. We need to work with the community and not only enforce the basic laws, but also find out what laws that the community wants you to enforce. And I think it builds a better relationship with them. And the only way you get that is by talking to them face to face at events like Coffee with the Cop, community picnics, Big Brothers Big Sisters was another one.
One of the biggest things about working at the Columbia Heights Police Department, we have so many opportunities to get involved in various community initiatives. Really, whatever your passion is, there's something to get involved with. If it's working with youth, we have so many different options. If it's working with seniors, if it's doing specific community outreach, we're involved in different partnerships that allow us to have the ability to work with people from all over the community. The community has really embraced what we are doing, and it's really changed the outlook that the community has on the police, as well as the way that we look at what we do. Instead of just being officers that respond to crimes and dealing with it and walking away, we're a lot more invested in what we do every day, and it's really empowered us to be problem solvers when we come across issues in the community, or working with our partnerships with the county, social services, mental health outreach. The school district has really allowed us the ability to really problem solve with people in the community. I've been lucky enough to be involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters since we started working with them about 4 years ago. I've had actually 2 littles, and it's really helped me understand what the youth in our community are going through, and just makes you realize how lucky you are to be able to work with kids and have an impact on their life. That's really helped me and really reminds all of us, I think, why we all became police officers.
As a pastor in the Columbia Heights community, I feel very fortunate to have the wonderful working relationship with the Columbia Heights Police Department that we do. This is a partnership that has benefited us as a community, as they have supported us in our monthly community dinner, as well as other community outreach endeavors we have done. The leadership of the police department has made that possible. I also have had the opportunity to be a mentor for the Big Brothers Big Sisters program, only because of the work the police department has done to bring that to our schools here in Columbia Heights. I have benefited from being a mentor to a student in the school district by building a relationship with this student and supporting him in his life as he continues to move through school and grow into a young adult. The Columbia Heights Police Department and their work in our community is to be applauded. I am one who have benefited from it, and I know our entire community has as well.